What's up everyone? Today I'm going to show you exactly how to beadboard a ceiling like this here. I also have the wall done back in there. And full transparency, this isn't the best looking bathroom. It's just supposed to be a quick fix to hide some of the old roof leaks and other problems that were going on the ceiling, like popcorn. There's going to be a quick video on how to beadboard. The last video I did on it was pretty successful and it wasn't that good, so I'm going to try to make this one have a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more details, and actually show how to install it to the ceiling, which I kind of missed on the last video. You guys definitely called me out on that in the comments. This project took a day to do, so I'm gonna make this video as short and sweet as I can, right to the point. Let's get into it. In no way do your measurements need to be perfect because we're gonna trim it out, but go ahead and get, as close as you can within reason. So it's at 54 inches here. I'm gonna go with 53. I'm gonna take off a whole inch so I just have room to get it up there without struggling with it. And of course, the same over here. 53 by 49 and a half. So I'm gonna go straight 49. In addition to the ceiling up here, I'm also gonna beadboard around the top of the shower in there. Just for perspective, this is a rental. We're doing like a $9,000 remodel on here and half of that went to the floors. So we're just doing a lot of like touch-up stuff. And then in a few years, we'll go ahead and really ramp this place up and gut it and redo it. So this is kind of temporary, although this beadboard, the way I'm gonna show you how to install it, is definitely permanent. When I say we're gonna gut this place, I mean we're probably gonna remove the drywall, all the tile, everything, including the beadboard then. That just goes to show how cheap this project is. So I'm okay with doing it now the last few years, make this place rentable, and then moving on. Let's go cut! Since this is just raw wood, I am going to have to put a coat of primer on here. Regular paint may start chipping off and just doesn't adhere as well as primer. So I'm going to do a first coat of primer and then 1 or 2 coats of trim paint. And trim paint is extremely durable. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, like a semi-gloss to it. It's just really durable, easy to clean, and holds up well in moisture areas. That's why your baseboards and doors are typically done with trim and door paint. There's a reason for it. If you're doing a ton of this stuff, I would recommend getting a paint sprayer for it so you get in all these grooves. This whole process is a wasted step if you already get the painted MDF. But after I prime, the fibers on the wood start to stick up a little bit, so I'm just going to do a super light sanding here. And if I have to mention it, you sand it after it dries. But now it's pretty nice and smooth. I didn't put much pressure on it. All the paint is still applied to this, so we're good. It's ready for some trim paint. This time I'm going to paint the grooves first and then come back with the roller to smooth it all out. Now we measured the entire width and length of the room to get our measurements for our trim pieces here, which I'm making out of 1x3s that are already primed, and I've already done my first coat of trim paint as well. I think you've seen enough trim painting video of me already. So I got my measurements here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all my boards now. and we're gonna install them together. And the reason I'm doing this already is because these are getting kind of warped just sitting here drying. So I want to hurry up, and when I fasten this onto the wall straight, I want to put trim on there so it just really locks us in tight to the walls. Alright, and while I have a cameraman, I am going to go ahead and explain. If you're just doing a ceiling, all you need are the 1x3s or whatever width you plan on going with. 1x4s, it would be fine too. I have a 1x2 here because for my corners on my walls, on one side it's going to stick out 3 inches, but on the other side of the corner it's only going to be this thickness. Therefore, my corner is going to be like that. So it's the same measurement on this side as it is on that side. It's going to look nice for such an ugly bathroom. Alright, so the step that I think I failed to mention in the last video was how to actually adhere this to the wall or to the ceiling. I'm going to use liquid nails. Doesn't matter which type you go with, any kind of like construction adhesive. And I'm just going to apply it in dots. Then because I'm doing this around the shower, I did prime at least one coat of paint on the bottom edge, just in case it comes in contact with water, it doesn't swell up as much. Super warped. Then we're going to go ahead and apply the trim. I was really running out of wood here, so you can see I have big gaps on the end, but hopefully it gets covered up. I've also marked where my studs were with that painter's tape on the ceiling, so that way you get a nice, good, solid grip because my boards are so warped. Again, if you use the MDF, you're not going to have to worry about warpage as much. So I'm in the inside corner. I have the 1x3 attached already. So now I have the 1x2. And that way it comes off the wall that way the same as it does that way. And it just looks a lot nicer. Once again, I'm putting the liquid nails up. Now we just need to do some caulking and a final coat of paint. I think we're going to be pretty good. And that's all there is to installing a beadboard ceiling just like this here. This is the second video I've been shooting in this tiny bathroom, and it's kind of weird. A little deja vu going on for me right now. As you saw in the video, it's super easy and quick to do. So this is a 1 or 2 day project that you could tackle yourself. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and watch the older video if you want a few more details or just a different take on how to install this stuff. But again, it's quite simple. This house is an investment property. It's just a $1,600 a month rental, so I did what I could to cover up some of the flaws in the ceiling above. And it added a little bit of character to this bathroom. These walls behind me are just painted wallpaper. You can kind of see some of the seams, and there's just really not much going on back here. So that adds a lot of character. Plus I cased the beam right there, which is pretty cool. And that was just made from scrap wood, so that was basically free. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.